guys, welcome to Keeping It Simple Crafts. I hope everyone is doing good. Today I'm going to show you how I made this cute fresh flowers pink truck tulip wreath. It is so simple to make, it didn't take me long at all, and it is made on a Dollar Tree splatter screen. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, share this video, and if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber. What are you waiting for? For this wreath, you're going to need one splatter screen, and I picked mine up at Dollar Tree, and we just removed the knob. You're going to need a bunch of beautiful spring or summer flowers. I am just using some flowers I picked up on sale from Michael's. You're going to need a pink truck fresh flowers sign from Dollar Tree. You're going to need 2 colors of ribbon for a bow, and I went outside and spray painted my splatter screen this real pretty poppy pink and let it have time to dry. While I'm waiting for my splatter screen to dry, I decided to tie a big bow. Now, if you have already seen this bow tutorial, because I shared it yesterday on my YouTube channel, then you can skip to 5 minutes and 8 seconds, and that's where it starts, where I'm building the wreath. To make this bow, I let out a tail about 6 or 7 inches, and I made a loop, pinching it together with my left hand, and that's about a 4-inch loop. Now I'm going to the other side, and I'm going to make another loop, about a 4-inch loop. Going back to the first side, going to make another loop. Try to make your loops the same size on each side until you get the bow the size you want. Now I'm doing 3 loops on the left, 3 loops on the right with this hot pink ribbon that I picked up at Sam's Club. It is 1.5-inch width ribbon with wire, and also the light pink ribbon is also from Sam's Club. It is also 1.5-inch width ribbon with wire. You'll want to choose ribbon with wire to make your bow. So I'm finished with my hot pink. Now I'm going to take the light pink, going to let out a tail, place it directly on the hot pink. Just going to pinch it together, place it on top of the hot pink. Same steps. I'm going to make 4-inch loops with the light pink ribbon. Check to make sure your loops are the same size. Now this bow is going to have 12 loops total, so it's going to be a big, full, fluffy, beautiful bow. So with the light pink, 3 on the left, 3 on the right, same as what you did with the hot pink. I have lots of bow tutorials on my YouTube channel. I have a bow playlist. There's lots of different ways to make bows, so if you don't like this one, maybe you'll like another one better. I also have a splatter screen playlist. Splatter screens are one of my favorite wreaths to make. They're very simple to make, easy and inexpensive, and I make a new one for every season and holiday. So if you would like to see more splatter screen wreaths, go check out my splatter screen wreath playlist. Here I am taking a zip tie and wrapping it nice and tight around the center of my bow. And if you don't want to use a zip tie, you can use floral wire, but if you use a zip tie, you're going to have to take some floral wire, thread underneath the zip tie. That way it's easy to attach the bow to your wreath. Don't forget to dovetail the ends. Fold your ribbon in half with the edges to the left side. Go to the folded side, cut away from the fold. That makes the pretty V on the ends. It just kind of dresses up your bow, or you can cut your ends at a slant or knife cut. It's just whichever way you prefer. After you have all of your ends dovetailed, it's time to fluff the loops of your bow. Sometimes this takes just a little bit of time, patience, and with practice, it will all come together. I did end up cutting the tails shorter because since I'm adding this to a splatter screen wreath, I really didn't need the tails to be long. Don't forget, if you're entering my May 2022 giveaway, you'll need to write those 2 words, May giveaway, in the comments section on all of my DIYs and my Shop With Me videos this month. So this is the way the bow looks with 12 loops. Now I did play around with it just a little bit more to fluff it just like I wanted, and then I trimmed the tails just a little bit shorter for this splatter screen wreath. But here's the way it looks. You could also make this style bow with a 2.5-inch width ribbon with wire if you do not have the 1.5-inch width ribbon. It took a little while for my splatter screen to dry, so I had to wait till the next day to go ahead and build it. So I am using some tulips that I picked up for $1.99 on sale at Michael's. You can pick up your flowers wherever you would like. I also think some beautiful zinnias would be pretty in this. You could also make this for fall. You don't have to make it for summer or spring. So this is a really cute wreath, and you could paint the truck if you wanted to. I wanted to share that I got my inspiration for this splatter screen wreath from Country Charm by Tracy. So you'll have to go check out her channel if you have never checked out Country Charm by Tracy. She is a sweetheart, and she does a lot of crafts, and she kind of has a rustic country flair to them. She's really creative, and she is really excellent at painting. So go check out her channel and make sure you tell her that Keeping It Simple Crafts sent you over. Next, I'm making my bouquet, so I'm just fluffing the tulips as I go, spreading them out, and making a big, beautiful flower bouquet. Usually I have a variety of different types and styles of flowers, and I usually put the taller ones in the back, but with the tulips, they're all pretty much the same height. So I just made a big, beautiful bouquet of tulips, and now I'm taking a zip tie and zip tying them together. And here I'm just trimming the extra part of the zip tie off. Now I still ended up fluffing my flowers a little bit more and spreading them out some more. Now here I'm taking my Dollar Tree pink truck sign, and I am just going to remove the little twine that was on the top. Now you could use the holes that are in the top of your truck and just wire it on with some floral wire, but I decided to add a few pipe cleaners to the back, so I am just hot gluing some pipe cleaners onto each end of the truck. In the beginning, I did think I would have to add some foam under the truck to kind of balance it out where it would sit more level and give a more 3D effect, but I ended up not using the foam. But if your truck's not sitting just like you want on your splatter screen, you could add some foam under it so that it sits more level. I would just like to ask if you have a staple gun so that you can actually staple your pipe cleaners onto your signs. Would you let me know what I need to order and where I can order it from, because I would like to order one so that I don't have to hot glue pipe cleaners onto my signs anymore. So if you'll just help me out and let me know in the comment section where you ordered yours, I would really appreciate it. I just set my sign aside and letting the hot glue have time to dry. Now I'm taking some floral wire, just going above the zip tie on the bouquet, and I am just wiring my flowers onto the splatter screen. I threaded the wire on the left and right side of the bouquet, then I went to the back of the splatter screen, giving the wires a few twists, then I'm going to cut them off short and fold them down. Now you could cover the wires with some felt, or you could cover the back of the wreath with a sheet of felt, or use a Dollar Tree placemat so that it doesn't scratch your wall or your door. I did add a second wire to the top of the bouquet, that way it doesn't fall forward or move. Now that I have my wire added to my bow, I'm taking my bow, just going above that zip tie on my bouquet, and I'm going to thread the bow wires on the left and right side of the bouquet, thread the wires through the splatter screen, then I'm going to go to the back of the splatter screen, give those wires a few twists, and cut them off short. Now I'm just taking my little pink track and I'm going to thread the pipe cleaners through the splatter screen. Make sure you're using the cheap pipe cleaners. Don't use the fluffy ones because they're too hard to thread through the splatter screen. So I just used some cheap Dollar Tree ones, threaded them through the splatter screen, went to the back of the splatter screen, gave them a few twists, and cut them off short. Now you could use those wires that the truck came with, and that might be an easier option than what I'm doing here. Just remember to fluff and shape your flowers. Make sure your loops on your bow are nice and fluffy and that your truck is in place. And then you're ready to hang up your wreath. I did take a piece of floral wire, thread it through the top of the splatter screen to make a loop to hang it on my door. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment.